If we're not detained,
right, well, that's just like saying we're free to follow you then.
Stalking, mate.
He's literally making a quick chat.
Stalking.
And then we don't have to follow you, dude.
Welcome to the Audit Assessor, where we break down encounters between the public and police. We examine the law, conduct, and context so you understand your rights and their responsibilities. In this episode, Auditing Yorkshire walks past GMP headquarters in Manchester when officers suddenly confront him, accusing him of filming sensitive information. They demand his name and footage without clearly explaining their legal authority. Instead of backing down, he calmly challenges their demands, exposing how quickly police powers can unravel when officers are asked to justify them.
Over here, please, pal.
No.
Sorry?
No.
Just come to the pavement for me.
Who are you?
I'm police officer, I'm Sergeant Gershon, I'm a duty sergeant on today. Just come across here, please, mate.
What's your collar number?
9386.
Right, what do you want me for?
Right, I want to speak to you because we've obviously got sensitive information inside the police station.
Well, shut your blinds then.
Find out who you are and make sure there's no offences taking place, okay?
Shut your blinds then, mate. Simple.
Right, no, that's not the situation here, is it? Obviously, we've got people in there that we don't need to be having...
Well, it is a situation.
That's the reality here, okay?
No, the reality is...
Yeah, you're here, you're outside the police station, you're balaclavaed up, and we've got stuff going on in there, yeah?
Snood.
Right, well, I don't care, man. I'm not here to argue, I'm not here to debate the matter.
Go away,
I'm
then.
just making sure, yeah? Obviously, I can't speak to you. You're being aggressive to me straight away.
Aggressive?
Yeah.
Who do you think you are taking that tone with me?
Taking what, sorry?
Taking that tone with me?
Have I been polite to you?
Not really, no.
Of course I have.
You've walked over, come over there, I want to speak to you, get over there.
Yeah, have I sworn at you? Have I done anything that out of hand?
Did I say you swore at me?
No, but you're saying that you seem to be here to argue.
But then
with
you
me.
said something
I'm
to
not.
me.
All I'm trying to do is get to the bottom.
I'll give you a simple solution.
All I'm trying to get to the bottom of is what's going on here because
Close
we've
your
obviously got
blinds.
sensitive stuff in there.
The sergeant approaches and immediately tries to control the encounter, telling Auditing Yorkshire where to stand before establishing any lawful power to direct him. His real objective quickly becomes clear, identifying him and determining whether an offence has actually occurred. When Auditing Yorkshire questions the officer's approach, he is labelled aggressive, even though challenging police conduct isn't itself an offence. Instead of addressing the legal point, the sergeant attacks his motives, claiming he is simply there to argue rather than explaining what crime has been committed.
Right.
Okay? Yeah, and you're obviously pointing the camera through, and we've got stuff that doesn't need to be in the public domain.
Right, so I'll tell you now, Sergeant, the camera didn't point through.
Okay.
I pointed it at the window as I was walking past.
Okay.
I didn't go up to the window.
Right.
And I didn't put my camera, I didn't look at anything inside the building.
Okay, so I just need to make sure that's fine. Yeah, and then we're out with you. We're done. Yeah.
Well,
Let's need to make sure that it's not something on there that's sensitive that relates to police information.
Oh,
that's
don't be
on your
daft.
camera. Well, no.
Don't be daft. Stop being a sausage.
I'm not being a sausage.
You are being a sausage.
No, I'm
You're
not.
wasting my time.
I'm trying to help you out here.
I don't need helping out.
Right.
You're alright before I met you and I'll be alright long after.
Okay. Well, the reality is here.
Who are you?
PC 16790 read.
Are you both stationed here?
Yeah.
So PC Reed and Sergeant Sausage.
Right. Don't start being abusive towards me, mate. Yeah?
Abusive?
I've been
What,
nice
for calling
to
you a sausage?
Right. Okay, gents.
Why is that being abusive?
Can I see the footage?
Is that a crime?
Can I see the footage that you've taken?
Well, I don't think so, mate.
No.
Don't think so. Don't even touch me either.
Okay.
I know what you lot are like.
Okay. What you
Police
two?
brutality and all that lot.
Gents called?
That's what I'm doing. I'm covering a story on police brutality.
The sergeant tries to shift GMP's own information security responsibilities onto Auditing Yorkshire, claiming he needs to inspect the footage for sensitive material. But if confidential information is clearly visible through windows, the responsibility to protect it lies with GMP, not the person filming from a public place. When AY insults the sergeant, the officer calls it abusive, but an insult alone doesn't automatically create a criminal offense. For Section 5 of the Public Order Act 1986, the legal threshold involves threatening or abusive words or behaviour.
Okay. What are you two gents called?
So stay away from me. Keep your 2 metre distance.
What are you two gents called, please?
None of your business.
Are you
That's what we're
refusing
called.
details?
Is it our right to refuse?
Well, I'm trying to get to the bottom where you're committing any offence or not. Obviously, if you've got information that relates to...
We haven't committed an offence, mate. We're just
If
filming
you've got
in public.
information or take information, I've got to decide what you're going to use that information for.
We're filming in public and I've already alleviated your suspicion.
You've actually put it through there. I'm
No,
asking you, if
I've
you show me...
alleviated your suspicion and I've told you.
If you're going to show me that footage...
I pointed the camera at the window as I was walking past. I didn't go up to the window.
That's the issue of sensitive information.
Well, shut your blinds then.
Like explain to Derek, the sensitive information.
What you accosting me for in public?
Sorry, what are you saying?
You're accosting me.
And we're explaining to you.
You're harassing, alarming and distressing me. That's what you're doing. We're both explained. We're both alleviated your suspicion, so you're both dismissed.
No, we're not.
Yeah, you are.
Alleviating the suspicion. suspicion, are we?
Right,
we're
listen.
We're trying to have a reasonable conversation with you
Constables.
guys, do you know what I mean?
You're
Yeah.
both dismissed. Don't want to speak to you anymore.
Right.
Don't like your attitude.
That's not the.
Didn't like the
that's
way you
not the
approached me.
That's not the way.
Yes, it is.
Obviously, we're on
Because you've got a
camera, we've
uniform
got
on,
bloody one
doesn't
video
make
with
you
this
better than me.
moment in time,
Okay?
Yeah.
Because you've got a uniform on, don't make you better than me.
The sergeant now focuses on A's name, still without identifying any legal power requiring him to provide it. In England and Wales, there is no general rule forcing someone to identify themselves simply because police ask. When that approach fails, officers return to the sensitive information argument. AY offers the obvious solution: close the blinds. If confidential material is visible from a lawful public position, the responsibility for protecting it rests with GMP, not the person filming.
Let's go about his business. Our lawful business. Follow me, I'll put a complaint in about you.
We'll have a chat with the inspector and we'll let you get off.
I'll put a complaint in about you if you follow
Put
us.
a complaint in about me. I'm not
Stalking.
saying we're free to walk. Right, do that.
Stalking.
If we're not detained, we're
Alright,
free
well, that's
to
just
walk.
like saying we're free to follow you then.
Stalking, mate.
He's literally making a quick chat and
Stalking.
then we don't have to follow you, do they? It's reasonable that. That's a reasonable thing to ask for, I think.
I'll just private prosecute you.
Right, just do that, mate.
I will do. And that money will come out of your pocket and not the public purse.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. You've been here before, like that is bit. And nobody speaks to me like that.
Language, mate.
Language, bitch and swear word.
Depends which
It's a
content
name for
you
a
have.
female dog.
Depends which
It's a
content
name for a
you have
female
it.
dog.
Depends which content you
And you can't be offended by swear words anywhere.
Depends on the manner of the swear words.
And there's nobody about, so you can't do me for a public order offence.
We've got all these people walking
Come
over
on,
now.
mate.
Who knows?
They're miles away from
Happens
me.
when people see cameras.
They're miles away from me.
Come out and watch. Yeah, like I said.
Nobody has told AY that he is detained. So he starts walking away and points out the obvious. If he's not being detained, he's free to leave. The officer responds that they are free to follow, but that doesn't change A's right to walk away. If police are exercising detention power, they should clearly state it and explain the legal basis. When AY warns that following him could lead to a complaint, the officer dismisses a concern, showing little interest in accountability. Then, after AY insults the sergeant, the officer begins pointing toward people nearby, apparently looking for ground to claim a Section 5 Public Order Act offence.
Concern were, like you said, you pointed the camera inside, there is sensitive information in there. That's literally the only
fact
concern.
is, right,
That's why we've come out speaking, just to see
The
what
fact is, Matt,
the intention
I think
is.
you've probably established by now that I know the law and I know my rights.
We both know
okay?
the crack, don't we? We both
So,
know the crack.
basically, he had a suspicion, which I've alleviated. I've said, yeah, when I walked past the window, I pointed my camera at the window. Now, from me doing that, right, it wouldn't have picked anything up what it shouldn't have done. Trust me, I know. Because there's reflection from sun. Unless I physically went right up to the window, put my hand like that to block the sun, then I'd be able to see inside. So from what I did, from just walking past and pointing, a good 3 metres away, it's not going to pick any sensitive
You know
information up.
yourself, like you said, and if it
Yeah,
did
yeah.
pick it up and this were to go on YouTube and that information were on there, you know.
Of course it is. But us guys aren't stupid. Us guys aren't stupid, right?
Loads
So
of people tell me that. Do you know something? I
Listen.
think the stupidest of things.
I could hear every single word and I pulled them up on it, and they're both arrogant and told me to mind my own business. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to do it with this video, but that video I did. And what I did was, when I edited it, I took all that audio out, so all that personal information of that victim of crime never went anywhere. The video over there, but I took all the information out.
This is where the officer's portrayal of AY really starts to fall apart. He calmly explains that he only walked past the windows and never intentionally captured the sensitive material they're concerned about. Yet officers have treated the possibility as though it already happened. AY even explains that during a previous audit, he accidentally recorded information involving a crime victim and removed it before publishing, showing that he takes protecting other people's privacy seriously.
I think it can come across a bit antagonising sometimes, though. Like you have to
Me?
get a reaction, not just like the situation. Sometimes, like that one you've just given. Like you said, we was having a pretty good conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just asking, do you not think, from our point of view, we're speaking to a victim of crime. If someone's like a meter or something away, it can come across as a bit antagonising.
Well, but they shouldn't have been doing it there, should they? They should have like gone inside or somewhere a bit more secure, a bit more. People say to me, "Why'd you cover your face up in public?" It's to create privacy in a public place, because there is no expectation of privacy in a public place. If you don't want people to hear your personal information, walk away, go inside the building, go where someone can't be heard, where someone can't hear what you're saying. If you don't want information on your computer showing, because if I was a terrorist, right, and I quote, if I was, which I'm not, what information could I get off them computer screens if I did go up to the window and point my camera in? And I've got an even bigger lens in my bag with a better zoom on it. I could get everything on your walls, mate, which I haven't done. I'm just showing you where your flaws are in your security.
The officer now falls back on the argument that his behavior could be considered antagonizing, but being irritating, awkward, or deliberately provocative isn't automatically a legal prohibition. It doesn't remove his right to film from a public place. AY then highlights a bigger security issue. If sensitive information can be seen through a window by someone simply walking past, he isn't creating the vulnerability, he's exposing it. A genuinely malicious person could exploit the same weakness without ever alerting police to the problem.
And this is why we come up. This is why we come up and spoke to you guys. We're not here to cause you like a load of hassle. We're not here to cause you a load of harm. It's like I said to you, mate. Here, I've never sworn at you. I've never had a go at you. All I'm saying is I'm concerned. If there was information relating to your mum, your partner, one of your family members, you would not want someone coming and poking through the windows, would you? Do you know what I mean?
I wouldn't
So
put that out online or anything.
but we don't know who you are.
Yeah.
All we know is there's two lads out there with face masks on, all right, and we ain't got a clue who you are, yeah. So we're out here doing our jobs because that was what you would expect as a member of the public if that was your mum, your sister, your brother, or whatever that information relates to. And that's the reality of what we are. We're a working police station, guys. Yeah. I'm going to give you advice. I'm going to give you some advice, and we're going to leave it like that, guys. Yeah.
Yep.
Is that obviously you're opening yourselves up to someone maybe not as nice as me as my colleague here, someone who's maybe going to utilise their powers, yeah, and start maybe searching you underneath the counter-terrorism.
Approach were wrong. If you'd approached us, like I said to your colleague, and went, "Hey lads, you alright? I'm sorry to bother you. Listen, you're not in trouble or anything, but we've just had someone come and say something to us about cameras in windows. Have you been pointing any cameras in any windows?" I'd have said no. Alright, no problem, mate. Just make sure you don't, because there's private, sensitive information.
This is what we're going on. It's all on video. What I've said to you on video is
you were just a little bit too dominant, mate, at first. You were like the big alpha bear, the papa bear.
That's my job, mate. I'm a cop, aren't I?
The sergeant now wants credit for being polite, but AY refuses to ignore how the encounter began. He explains that the initial approach was unnecessarily confrontational and shows how the conversation could have been handled professionally. When AY says the sergeant came across as overly dominant, the response is essentially, "That's my job. I'm a cop." But police rank does not make dominance a lawful objective. Officers are expected to act with respect, fairness, and self-control, while any use of police powers must be grounded in law, not authority or attitude.
Yeah, but you've got to be nice about it.
And you're pointing.
You've got to be nice about
pointing
it.
cameras through our windows that relates to victims and offenders and people that people have got relatives and stuff like that.
You've got to be a little bit nicer about it. That's all.
I'm a nice guy.
Your approach, just.
Any nice landmark?
I'm sure you are a nice guy, but your approach needs to be a little bit better.
Well, I accept that, but maybe your approach needs to be better as well. We're going to leave it at that, yeah? I asked you, do not come back and point those cameras. You've obviously been given advice from me now. Do not point through the... Because if you do come back pointing through the window again, after I've advised you, obviously we may have to look at this matter a little bit.
Well, we're not going to do.
You know what I mean?
But I'll tell you what it is, Sergeant, and this isn't me being antagonistic or try to instigate anything, because I've already said we're not gonna. But I can tell you now for a fact, if I wanted to, I could do.
Well, you could
do. There's not a damn thing you can do about it.
You could do, guys, but there is going to be consequences for that. I'll warn you now. Do you know what I mean?
And then
I've been a nice guy with you. I've been reasonable with you. I've explained what's going on inside a working police
station. There'd be then consequences for Greater Manchester Police Force.
Well, I'm not going to go into that, but that's the reality of today, John. I've been nice to you.
But let's just agree to disagree.
Okay, guys. All right.
No one's gone up to any windows, so there's no issues.
All right.
All right. Nice one. Have a good day.
The sergeant insists that AY should be more respectful when filming toward the windows, saying the area involves victims, defendants, and sensitive personal information. AY accepts the point about professionalism, but reminds the sergeant that his own approach could have been better. The sergeant then warns AY not to return and film through the windows, suggesting further action could follow. AY calmly responds that any future action could also have consequences for GMP. In the end, both agree to disagree, and the encounter concludes peacefully without any further action.